Come on now.
Hey guys.
It's just a pineapple.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Here at the Swamp, getting ready to beat LSU. Y'all tune into Rule Number 1 podcast on Monday.
Yeah, episode 31, partner. We're not in the studio. You want to tell them where we're at?
Yeah, man. We took the show on the road a little bit. Right down the road to Lake Wales. We really got a cool one tonight. We have Shena Cartey, and she is the owner of the Spot Jamaican Restaurant and Lounge.
Yes.
Welcome in, Shena.
Thank you. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, we
have too.
I met Shena. It was a couple months ago. And a couple of buddies of mine. We were kind of bouncing around, different, bars and restaurants and stuff.
You're bar hopping.
Yeah. But the goal behind it was we wanted to find places that we haven't been before or barely been to. And so we went to a couple places around Lake Wales. And one of our buddies said, he was like, hey, you really should try this Jamaican spot. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah. So we pulled in on a Sunday at like 1:00 in the afternoon.
That's a great day to go to the bar, by the way. That's a great day.
Yeah.
And so we were we pulled in and we were like, this place is awesome. And so we walked in and there was a mechanical bull in the corner. There's a stripper pole on the on the stage. This is another stage. They got a whole DJ set up, and there's just Jamaican flags everywhere. Super cool spot. We ate. We had a great time. Talked to Shena a little bit, and I was like, we have a podcast. I'd love to get your story. And then we just got busy and kind of put it off a little bit. And she texted me, and she was like, hey, like we're doing this show next Tuesday. Come out and hang out. And I was like, yeah, we really need to do this podcast too. And I was like, well, I got to get on it. So finally we're here.
Here we are.
But
Yeah, I'm excited. This is a really unique kind of cultural spot in the middle of like Polk County. What kind of inspired you to open this place up?
Wow. What inspired me to open this place up? Well, when I first moved here in 2018, I didn't do anything. I've been here for 3 years. No, 5 years. I've lost 2.
yeah.
I've been here 5 years. The first year and a half, I didn't do anything because I was so burnt out from New York. I said, I'm not doing anything. I'm retiring, right? And then my friend called me. He was like, hey, my friend is down there and he does business, and I know you do business. I said, I'm not doing business. I'm just chilling. He's like, I'm going to give him your number, and you could talk to him and give him some pointers. I said, oh, okay, cool. I'll give him some pointers. So I met with the guy, and he's like, oh, there's a bar, and I want to run a bar, and I need a partner to run a bar. I'm like, oh, a bar? Cool. I'll run a bar. Yeah. Right? But it stems from being in New York. I had a liquor store in New York.
Oh, okay.
I've done a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I used to manage Rite Aid pharmacies when I was in New York.
Okay.
And I'm not cut out for the corporate thing. I'm late for everything. So the whole punch in, punch out thing wasn't my thing. And just working for myself, is a whole different ballgame. And I like that. So when I had the liquor store in New York, there's a bar next door. My friend had it. Mm-hmm. And we had talks of me buying the bar. I always want to have a bar. Ever since I was 17, I said, I'm going to own a bar, right? Had no idea how it was going to happen. I got with him and we ran the bar for a while. And it took like 3-4 months to get the bar up and running. And we opened it January of 2020. COVID hit March of 2020. So we had 2 months of fun, and it was amazing. I loved it. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't know how long we were going to be closed. We ended up being closed for 1.5 years.
Wow.
Right? So my license in an escrow, and I'm like, I need to find another place because I need to do something. Everybody's telling me, where's the next spot? Where's the next spot going to be? And I'm like, looking in Winter Haven and couldn't find anything. And I go to my friend Brian Vincent. I got to testify about that guy. You got to write that down.
Yeah.
She got to testify about Brian Vincent. You right, big, bold. And I go to him because I got my license from him. I said, listen, I might not giving you this license back because I just have it and I ain't doing nothing with it. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't want it back. Let me make a phone call. He made a phone call. They're like, there's a place in Lake Wales. I said, no, I'm not going to Lake Wales. I don't want to drive to Lake Wales. You guys got to take pictures.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all have the presentation going on.
That is awesome.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. That is so good.
That is what we do.
When y'all told me that we were having the podcast here, I purposely did not eat.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Isn't it? Thank you.
Oh man. So do we
you.
just go ahead and
Yeah.
get in?
Dig in.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Dig in. So Brian calls this lady and she's like, there's the Elks Lodge in Lake Wales. I'm like, no, I'm not going to Lake Wales. I want to be 10 minutes from my house because I live in Winter Haven. So I drive down here and I see this place and I'm like, oh my God, it's huge. Right. And there was it was for sale. And that was fine for me because I'd rented in Winter Haven and lost so much money renting. Like you spend so much money getting the place ready. And then COVID hits and you're closed, but you still have to pay rent because that landlord didn't give us no break.
Appreciate it, boss.
No breaks for anything. We had to pay full rent. So you're paying the full rent. You're still having to pay power because you have liquor, alcohol, beer. You have refrigerators and stuff, and you're still having to pay sewer and water and everything. So after like 6 months of that, I said, that was it. I'm done. So after that experience, I said, I'm going to buy something. I'm not going to rent nothing.
Right.
So we come out here, and I meet Barbara, and she shows me this place, and I'm like, okay, that's that.
Yeah.
You were
It
sold.
was just kind of love at first sight.
It was, and these ceilings had me really.
Yeah, they were very pretty.
Like if you go to Jamaica and you go to like old houses, these are the floors you see, like from in these houses. You know, they're all built by hand.
I was about to say,
and they're
it's
all
beautiful.
wood houses, older houses. So I was like, oh my God, I just gotta have this, and it had the bar,
Mhm.
and that's what I was looking for.
Exactly.
So I was like, oh, it has a bar. So
perfect. Yeah. This is awesome.
So real quick, do you want to kind of go over this food real quick? I mean, it was just
It was brought out.
Okay.
So I have the
You have
Curry goat.
with rice and peas, and people say rice and beans, but it's rice and peas, and cabbage, and that is actually my go-to
the curry
dish.
goat.
Yeah,
That's really good.
yeah. And he's having the jerk chicken wings.
Yeah.
Did you get French fries with that?
I did.
Jerk-
Would you like to try one, Brian?
A jerk wing.
Jerk
Jerk
chicken
wing.
wings and French fries.
Is this the jerk sauce?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're Nate.
Gotta give one to Nate.
Sorry guys, we're making you all hungry at home, but really we don't care.
And Nate's having like the top of the top over here.
I love it.
He's having the-
I'm getting ready to start talking about mine.
Yeah, he's having the red snapper brown stewed
Oh my
with
gosh.
rice and peas and cabbage.
Oh, those are good.
Good, right?
So,
Huh?
yeah, a little bit
That's
about
delicious, by the way.
Thank you.
Sheena just said, so I was having the snapper.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes out, and I was not expecting this. It comes out as like a whole
A
fish.
snapper, yeah.
like it's
Head and tail.
Head and tail, everything. I mean,
Yeah.
and it is absolutely fantastic. We asked her, and we were like, so what should we get? And she kind of named her 3 top options, and it was the curry goat, the snapper, and
It's 2 piece.
the stew peas. And so this is fantastic. The first time I was talking about when we came in, and we were here, and she was like, okay, you got to try this. And I think it was the short ribs, maybe?
It was jerk chicken and jerk pork.
Jerk pork,
Oh,
that's what
okay.
it was. And
That sounds good,
too.
oh, it was so good. I was like, we've got to come back here and eat. I was like, I didn't even realize y'all served food. This was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Sheena, we ask every guest at the top of our episode. We kind of got into, the background of this place right off the top. What is your number one rule to live by? I'm very curious as a bar owner, what that's going to sound like.
It's not really even the bar owner thing. It's like life in general. Like my motto, I think I have 2.
Okay.
But my number one is if you can fix it, fix it. And if you can't fix it, fuck it.
No, yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah, that is.
Because if you can't fix it, it's beyond your control. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Fuck it.
Right?
You move on.
Man, you just opened up a gateway of thinking for me.
Good.
Oh, no.
Good.
You blow my mind with food, and now you blow my mind with words, and we're only 10 minutes in. This has been a great one.
I love it because this is very much of like kind of a live episode. Our traditional episodes are very, by the book, sit down. And with this one, we kind of wanted to try some new things. New food, and meet some new people. But yeah, I love how you said, just kind of, if you can't control it, fuck it, basically.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, because people stress about the little things so much, and you can't. I feel like you just can't do that. I mean, you can't go every single day worrying about what other people are doing or what you're doing. It's just like worry about yourself. I've talked about this with Brian, and I was like, man, he was like, we're not getting some of these views here. We're not getting some of this. I was like, dude, just trust the process. I was like, don't worry about what other people doing. Just focus on what we can do. How can we get better?
Exactly. And you know what? Like, I think people that know me, I think they have a problem with that because like they'll want to talk to me, and I'm probably not the best friend, but I'm the greatest friend because I'm loyal and supportive and all that. But like when people come to me with things like, I have a bachelor's in psychology, by the way.
Okay. Really? So, where from?
Vermont. Green Mountain
really?
College in Vermont.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I had no idea.
I know, right? People never know. I never talk about it. Here I am.
Why not? You should brag about that.
Serving alcohol and serving snapper. But I love this though. I like I said, the traditional corporate, it's not me. But like people come to me and want to talk and have conversations. And sometimes their issues, I'm like seriously, is that what you were? I'm like,
first world problems.
I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about that because that is not a problem. Like I refuse to. It's like, you're really killing my brain cells right now. And I'm honest with it. Don't waste my time and don't waste your time, because this is something so trivial. It shouldn't even be a problem, right? Let's move on. Let's do something else.
I think people get, in tizzies and, and get really mad over minute things nowadays, especially because, everybody is so accustomed to having things when they want, or having things, so quickly. You can get your favorite movie in a snap of a finger or a click of a button. You can get your food delivered to your house with a click of a button. Right. And that goes a long way with how people interact, with bar owners and stuff like that. Because I'm sure when you don't get out a drink fast enough, you're going to have some pissed off people in here, right?
Well, you see, this place is it's a different vibe. Really. It's not even that. Like, I don't think I've ever had that.
Really?
Because people are like, they come here and they see like, dude, this is like little Jamaica in Lake Wales. We ain't in no rush to go nowhere fast. You're here, chill out. It's just like the atmosphere, the vibe, the energy is different.
When I walked in the door, I tapped Nate and I said, dude, this place is freaking sick. And then we walk out the sliding glass door into your kind of, I guess, entertainment area, I guess I could call it.
This is a dining room, but when we have parties, it's the dance floor.
Yeah.
It is.
It's awesome. I have the little lounge there with the pole, too. I'm sure that gets exciting every now and then.
Of course. The pole.
It's just, there's so many different aspects here, and I had to take it all in for a second, but I would definitely be coming back to hang out more.
Thank you. And, it's like, people always want to put people in a box, and I hate that. Don't put me in a box. Don't tell me not to do. Don't tell me I can't do. Don't tell, I didn't expect that. Well, that's on you. Because I'm going to do whatever I want. I just feel like that's how you should really live.
Yeah.
You want to do something. This is what I wanted to create. I wanted to create a place like an escape. Like women come in, like married couples come in, and they're sitting at the bar having a drink, and they're just having a drink, watching TV. It's like they're the same thing. Yeah. And then the minute the wife or the girlfriend sees the pole, she's like, oh, there's a pole. She's like, I'm gonna go over there. Come take my picture. And she gets over there. She's never been on a pole. It's just the experience. And she gets on there, they take pics and they post them, they share it. That is it. It's the vibe. It's the experience. That's why I did this. That's why this is how it is.
I want to go back because you said don't put people in a box.
Yeah.
And me and Nate have preached about, 3 or 4 episodes. We've talked about, don't ever judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Always be open to talk to anybody and everybody. Right. When me and Nate started this, 6 months ago, we had the goal in mind of bringing on, anybody and everybody that has a cool story to tell, no matter what background, what belief, because we don't care. We feel like every person has a good side. There are some bad people out there who do bad things. Right. But, we're on a mission here to find the good side in everybody, no matter what you do in life. Right. Shena, you're on the good side with me.
I think it's pretty cool that you guys are doing this, because I used to do this with a friend in New York.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, we used to do it like on internet radio or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what y'all talk about, or what was the context?
Okay, so when I was in New York, I lived in New York. Okay, I left Jamaica when I was 15.
Okay.
Really?
I finished high school in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh wow.
And then I wanted to come to Florida forever. When I graduated high school, I said, I'm going to Florida. My aunt said, no, you're going to Vermont. I said, Vermont? What's in Vermont?
Snow.
Yeah, snow,
Yeah.
right? And snow. When everybody says you did not live in Vermont, I'm like, yeah, really, I lived in Vermont. But I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, you're good.
No, you're
good.
fine.
No, what was I saying?
No, basically you were saying you grew up in Jamaica and then you moved to New York and went to
Right.
school in Brooklyn.
Right. So I finished high school in Brooklyn, and I wanted to come to Florida. My aunt sent me to Vermont. So I ended up living in Vermont for 20 years. Because I got pregnant, I had my son. I'm like, I'm not taking my son back to Brooklyn, because Brooklyn was all I knew before Vermont, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Vermont reminded me of Jamaica, like the trees, the clean, the energy, the people. They're all potheads, you know. Jamaica is full of potheads.
Yeah.
I was raised Rastafarian too, so yeah, I was raised Rastafarian, and that was the household I grew up in. So I stayed up there for 20 years, and then I came here, and when I got here, it was like
Yeah.
this, like so much has happened.
A huge culture shock, right?
It's not even the culture shock. The only culture shock for me was when I came from Jamaica to Brooklyn. Because we got here in June, and you left Jamaica, it's like 96 degrees, and you're in Brooklyn in June, and it's like 42.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not fun. But moving from there to here, like I should have done this move forever ago. This is where I should have been 40 years ago.
What's the difference, do you think, between, because Florida's beach town, whatever, is there similarities to Florida and Jamaica, or
No.
not at all?
I didn't think so.
No, because Florida is like, I live in Winter Haven. We're in Lake Wales. Like, there's no
Well, I
beach
guess,
there.
yeah, because we're in the center of the state.
Right. But I'm not a beach person. I'm a sand person. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm a beach person, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
a sand person.
I would think so.
I don't do water. Like, I was one of the little kids. They grab by the ankle and throw in the beach and say swim. I'm like, no, okay, no. So I'm like, I'm not the beach person. My daughter's a beach person. But I love the sunshine. That is I will do sundresses and barefoot every day for the rest of my life. Like that is all I want. Barefoot and sundresses.
So you left Jamaica at 15. Have you been back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what though? When I came here at 15, my mom took us back 3 years later. She's like, oh, you gotta go back. I'm like, okay. So we went back, and then when we got back, I went to college, and I didn't go back for like 18 years.
Really?
Which was crazy, because I'm like, yeah. I don't know. It was just weird. I just had no interest in going back. Yeah. And then when I finally started going back, I know what I lost my train. I just caught it back. I'm done, because they're talking about the podcast and my friend and what the context was.
Yes.
So after being in Vermont for a long time, I had the liquor store, and I was doing investment in real estates and all this kind of stuff. I was buying cars, flipping cars. Like, I was doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I just liked learning new things and being able to do things. Loved it. So I started on Facebook. My friend said, oh, make a Facebook page. And then I tapped into the Jamaica that I had missed for 18 years, right? Because I started finding my friends, and they're like, oh my God, this is so cool, right?
Yeah.
And then, because I talk like this, right? They're like, oh my God, we love your voice. So that's how my friend Tony says, oh, you should come and do Tony Culture Show with me. But I started doing a lot of humanitarian stuff.
Okay.
I started raising money and going to Jamaica and getting like sick people, cancer patients, like people that Jamaicans say, we can't do anything for you. Like, we created a group of people, and we'd raise money, and we'd go down, we'd get their visas and stuff and bring them here. So that's what the podcast was about, like basically talking about what we were doing, how we were accomplishing or trying to accomplish it. And we were playing music and eating food then too. Yeah, and then we would interview like a local Jamaican artist that were trying to get a break, and that helped them out a lot, because we had this forum, and they're like, "Oh, we want to be," and they'd come and they'd do a song, then they blow up, on social media. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's
That was the
awesome.
context.
How many followers did y'all have, or how long did you do it for?
Wow, I'm not sure. I think we probably did for a year, maybe 2 years. And I don't know about followers, really. I never pay attention to the followers.
I gotcha.
So,
just getting your
podcaster?
stories out there. I love
I'm
it.
just a podcaster. She has a, bachelor's in psychology.
Behavioral sciences.
Yeah, she owns a bar, behavioral science. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
dude, she's
Real estate.
a jack of all
A
trades.
few, master of none. I'm just winging it.
I love it because that's how I am. I'm very, very similar. I kind of grew up and it was like, you're good at baseball, Nate, or you're good at sports. So that's what you're gonna do. And so, until I got to college, and then I kind of figured, I was like, I have a lot of other interests.
Right.
And then whenever I quit playing ball, I kind of tapped some of those interests, and all of a sudden it's like, there's so many other things I can do out here that I thoroughly enjoy. And I relate to that so much in terms of being a jack of all trades, but a master of none, because, you can do a little bit here and a little bit there. And why not? Yeah.
Exactly. This is what I tell my kids. I'm like, you better do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you better do it. You wanted the craziest thing. Let's just do it. You won't know unless you do it.
We've had a couple people say, we've asked the number one rule. We asked that to every guest. And we've had tons of people say, or I think we've had 2 or 3 guests that say their number one rule is just do it. If you have an opportunity, just do it. I mean, it's the Nike slogan, whatever, but it sounds cliche. But at the same time, I feel like the people that we target to try to have on the show have interesting stories, are successful. And so with these people having that just do it mentality, clearly it's working out for them because they're getting on podcasts. They're, they're being successful. And so, Brian and I try to encourage people all the time to just, follow your dreams. If you got an idea, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
So where did the idea originate? I know I asked you earlier about the cultural influence about this place, and you talked about how you met your friend Brian and you found the building
Brian
here.
Vincent.
Yeah, and you found the building, you fell in love with it. Tell me after that, what was the next steps of actually opening up a bar, like getting your liquor license and stuff like that?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, right?
Lots of Googling.
Just do it. No, to get the license, I had to get the license when we were in Winter Haven. And a liquor license, I learned, is very different in Florida than it is in New York. In New York, a liquor license is like $1,600, and you could sell whatever alcohol, beer, wine, whatever, right? But here it's different. Like unless you win a lottery, which I really don't understand the lotto system, but to get the liquor license was hard because at the time we were trying to find a liquor license, there wasn't any, because I guess it's like it's a quota license, and it's per 100,000 people. They only put out so many licenses. So it took a while to get the license. And then when COVID happened, which is really crazy, I still don't even understand the concept of it, but I had to do it. I had to put the license in escrow to let the state know I'm not using it right now. It's like in a safety deposit box.
Yeah.
And then when we came here, we had to pull it up. My intention when I came here was to have a bar. I had no intention of having a restaurant. When we went to the city of Lake Wales, they said, we'll allow you to do a bar, but you have to do a restaurant. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm like, let's do it. I'm like,
Banging chicken wings?
I'm like, I know how to cook. Like, I love to cook. I am the worst foodie ever. Like, I have taste buds that I'm just proud of them. That's all I can say. I'm just proud of my taste buds. I love to cook. And when they said they weren't going to allow a bar alone, I'd have to make a restaurant. I was like, okay.
So what got you, how'd you learn how to cook? Did you go to culinary school? Pull one out.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I learned to cook. My grandmother, I grew up in Jamaica, like a little country girl in Jamaica, in Hanover, I forget which part, like they're like north side. It's Hanover. It's over by Negril. past Montego Bay into the bushes.
I wish I knew exactly what you're talking about.
Listen, we could plan a trip.
One day.
We gotta talk about that, honestly, because we were talking about that last night. A trip, honestly, I swear, I promise. And it goes back. No, it'll be fun. It goes,
No, I'm saying oh boy.
yeah. Yeah, we're
it
in.
goes back to like the humanitarian stuff. But I grew up in Jamaica. My dad was a marijuana farmer. Okay,
There you go.
and my mother worked, so my grandma raised us. And then when my grandma got like sick or older or whatever, I was like 9, 10. And she taught me how to cook, right? And I'm talking like we have this little house and then we have an outdoor kitchen. So I'm in the kitchen, outdoor kitchen, cooking on like charcoal and wood.
Awesome.
And yeah, like I'm talking about, I know some stuff.
How old?
Like 9, 10.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Just
like,
whipping it
I was
up.
just saying, I want to go on Survivor just so I could lose 20 pounds because I know I'm going to survive it. If I go on Survivor.
I was like
Yeah.
19 when I figured out how to cook with charcoal. Yeah.
Brian, you still haven't figured out how to cook charcoal.
Bullshit.
But yeah, that's how I learned to cook. My grandmother taught me how to cook, and I used to watch her. She was a baker. She cooked, like the whole community just knew her as a cook. And that's how I learned to cook. But then when I came here, and I met my daughter's father. He's Greek.
All right.
Yes. So the Greeks, it's a whole different, like we cook the same things, but just completely
Different flavors.
And I was just so fascinated. I was like, oh, so not everybody cook like Jamaica. Like, there's another way, and it's good, right? Because it's crazy. Like we're raised, we cook the best food. People don't know how to cook. That's just how we're raised, you know. And everybody in Jamaica should know how to cook. Like 8 out of 10 Jamaicans could cook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send my girlfriend down here. You're gonna teach her how to cook.
I'll teach her. It's so easy. But then I had that influence. We were together for like 7 or 8 years. I had that influence. But then I went and managed an Italian restaurant after that. So then I got to infuse the Italian foods, right? And I'm just the biggest foodie. So the flavors were so fascinating to me. So when the opportunity came and they're like, you gotta do a restaurant, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bring it.
I don't want to, but I will.
All right, so let's recap. She's been to Brooklyn, she's been to Vermont, she's been in real estate.
Born in Jamaica.
Yeah, born in Jamaica. She's been in real estate. She's been in the the restaurant business.
Yeah.
She's flipped cars.
Yeah.
I will say she's the most
Managed Rite Aid pharmacies.
diverse,
That was very traumatic for me.
And a podcaster too.
the most diverse guest we've ever had on the show so far.
I was about to say, I was not expecting where this podcast was going to go at all. Like, I thought we were going to hit the Jamaican, like the food and everything, the bar. I had no idea you had this whole backstory too. I love it. I love it. Oh man, we're gonna have to do like some kind of YouTube video or something in the kitchen, like cooking with Shena. Like,
Yes.
like
yes.
we would have to do that. Like, hey, come cook with the Rule One podcast and Shena.
Yes, I would love that. I've often thought that I want to do, when I'm cooking, I want to go live.
You
But
should.
the thing is, I've always thought about it. But when you walk through these doors, live is not on your mind.
Yeah.
Live is not it. You gotta go in, you gotta turn lights, you gotta turn the AC, you gotta get in there, turn the stove on. You gotta start looking for stuff. You gotta make sure the ice is making ice. You gotta make sure the beer is stocked.
And then the customers come in.
Yeah, live goes out the window, but it's something I've always thought of doing.
That's awesome.
I think you should you could show some really cool recipes. I mean, I know you probably don't want to give out all of your tricks and trades on YouTube.
Listen. I don't have one recipe written anywhere.
Oh, you
Really?
So,
No.
so
Together?
it could, is it like different? It could be different every time, or
No.
you got it to like a.
It's the same
It
every
just
time.
comes from the heart, don't
It's
it?
just
That's crazy.
It's just in it.
That's
I don't
awesome.
have anything written anywhere.
You just
and
go back there and go to work.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff like the corn. I forgot. I think it's buttered something corn. The corn, the green beans. A lot of the stuff on there is just like, I'm like sitting somewhere. I'm like, oh my God, let me go try this, and boom. It's just so amazing. I'm like, yep, that's going on the video. Yeah.
I'm trying to get over like just this food. Like it just looks so good. Like if you come into this place, and I would expect a bar, like have a great time. I would not expect the food that comes out. I mean, and it is fantastic. Like, this is such a cool place. Like, if for anybody around, like
They
Lake
also
Wales area,
have-
you got to come here.
All the nights of the week too. Like,
Oh yeah, that's the fun part. That's the part that I love. Okay, I love cooking and I love the customs.
like the host.
But I love like watching people. I'm a people watcher. That's why I did psychology, because I'm like, I gotta go understand why people do the things they do. I have to have an explanation as to why people just do these things, you know, why people and how people interact and stuff. So those nights when people are here, you'll find me like sitting in a corner in the bar just watching people, or behind the bar just entertaining people. That's the part that excites me.
So you were talking a little bit about this Jamaica trip.
Yeah. So my babies, my servers, right? We were talking about, they're all saying like, we want to go to Jamaica, we've never been, oh my God, I've always I'm like, book a ticket. They're like, I'm like, I'll take you, right? So a part of the humanitarian thing, before COVID, before 2019, I did 5 years of serving homeless people in Jamaica. Wow. So we had just celebrated our 5th year and was going into the 6th annual, you know, feeding the homeless and the elderly in Jamaica. So what happens is, I used to be on live all the time on my phone, and I had amassed this following. And people just trusted me to do that. So I say, okay, October 16th or 17th, depending on when it falls, is Heroes Day in Jamaica. So, and we have 7 national heroes. Don't ask me to name them. I could name the female, because we got a baddie. Okay? We got Nanny, the Queen of the Maroons.
Yeah.
Okay? And Marcus Garvey, and Paul Bogle, and Norman Manley. So I do know a couple.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So on Heroes Day, like a month or 2 before October, so I'm talking like August, September, right? I'll say, hey, like, we're gonna feed the homeless people again, and this is what we're trying to do. So Jamaica has 14 parishes. It's like 14 cities then, for our understanding. And I built a team in each city, each parish, I'm gonna say parish, in each parish, and we raised money, and then like, we would raise, like, if the captain, I'd find a captain for each team. And I have police officers, teachers, politicians, teachers, nurses, regular people, right? Just say, okay, we're going to try to feed 100 people, or we're going to try to feed 200 people. So we kind of know how much money needs to be raised to do that. So we raise the money, and then we have some people that just said, this is my parish that I'm from, I'm sponsoring my parish, right? So, like, really, I think the last year we did it, the 5th year, all across the island, we fed like 2,400 people. Wow. Yeah, like every parish, we had a team. We had a team and we had a captain. Oh my God, I'm getting chills, because this is going to be a build-up. You guys just don't even know what you walked into. So, right? So, seriously. So, we do that. We raise money, send it down. Like some parishes, send like $100 literally, and they're going to use that to feed 70 homeless people. And some parishes, you send $300, $400, $500, and they're going to feed 300 people. So we'd raise money, and I'm not talking about a lot of money. I'm talking about $3,000. It's a lot of money, but where we are, $3,000.
Yeah, and you get 30 people to throw in, like it's really nothing.
Yeah.
So we raise the money, we send it down. There's pictures and videos on my page, Shena Cartey on Facebook. You could go back and scroll through the pictures and everything. And they go out, and these people go out, they shop, the team shops, get up the morning off, cook all this food, box it up, take it out on the road and give it to these homeless people and the elderly people who, some don't have any family, some can't get out. It's like some of the stories they hear is like crazy. Like we've actually found lost people, like people with Alzheimer's, that families like, where are you? And from pictures that they go out on the street and take over, like they're like, oh my God, that's my cousin. We haven't seen him in 8 months. We've been looking for him, So it's amazing stuff. But the last year we fed 2,400 people. And the 6th year when COVID, they're like, oh, can't do nothing, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But I was talking to the girls and I said, 2023, it's gonna happen.
We're coming back.
Okay. So this is the thing. For me, for 2023 Heroes Day, my plan is and I haven't verbalized this to anybody because that's the kind of person I am. I've been thinking about this for months, and I've been putting the plan together in my head for months. Okay, so I'm gonna do Heroes Day. We're gonna raise the money, and we're gonna go feed the people, right? But there's 14 captains. Some parishes have 2 captains, and honestly, 10 of them I've never met.
Really?
Ever. I've talked to them, like we've had conversations like to plan this stuff and how, and like we check out on each other, but I've never met them.
Yeah.
So my plan for this year is to do the fundraiser to go out and feed the people. But I want to honor those people that have been doing this with me for all these years.
Yeah.
Yes. And I want to like make plaques, and I want to do a big ceremony. And my girls we're gonna do car washes, and we're gonna do all sorts of stuff to raise money to do it. And they're gonna come on this trip
That's
in
awesome.
October. So if you guys, that would be an awesome podcast.
Yeah, I was about to
Would
say.
that be?
Live from the beach in Jamaica, it's the Roll One
Honestly,
podcast.
Honestly, and I already have the place picked out because I've talked to my friend about this for 3-4 years because it's something that I've always wanted to do. I'm like, these people are so loyal to the cause. And even some of them still do it. Like now that I haven't even been, because I've been so focused on this.
Right.
You know, they're people that live in North Carolina, Sharon actually. And she'll start messaging me, Shena, Heroes Day's coming up.
Yeah.
Last year, she had like coworkers and friends that went down to Jamaica and did this. And like those things melt me. That's what I live for.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you do this stuff, how far ahead are you planning? Like when did this 2023 Heroes Day start planning for you? Like
I started planning it like
years ago.
Yeah, because I've made the important phone calls, and I know the place that it's gonna happen. I know the people that are gonna cook. I know the people that have to be there. And I know the people that are going to have to get there. So the plan, all it is, like the plan is starting right now. Because now when I'm done with this, I'm going to be so excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to call my girl, Pachoy. I'm going to say, listen, we're doing it this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You have such a great heart.
I love
You really do.
Thanks. I try.
Yeah, to be able to go down there and feed that many people. I mean, out of the
Listen.
goodness of your heart.
Listen.
That's awesome.
And I've never, like, I've gone down for 1 year. I've never even been there. Like, every year, I just stay here in New York, actually, because I've never done it. I'm in New York, and I'm on my lives, and I'm talking to people, and people are going out and doing this, and we're posting. I've never been there. And I went 1 year. I think I was there 2018, maybe. And I said, I'm going to come to all the parishes. So I'm going to take 1 day, I'm going to scoot. It didn't happen. I think I made it to 3.
That's awesome.
But
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
yeah, it's
Go ahead.
fine. But that's where the plan came. Well, since I can't get to all of you, I'm going to bring all of you to me. You're going to have to come find me, and we're going to have a big party, and we're going to eat and dance and just have a good time.
Oh, wow.
Which parish would you suggest seeing for the first time when you're going to Jamaica?
Wow. Okay. So it depends. It depends on the kind of person you are. It depends. If you're a beachy person, I say Negril.
Okay.
Negril is like beautiful, beautiful beaches. If you're like country hiking,
Is that like where the waterfalls and stuff are?
that's Ocho Rios.
I want to go there.
Ocho Rios, yeah.
You've been?
Yeah, I grew up in Ocho Rios.
Really?
I'm like one of them bounce about. You know, Rastafarians don't have no roots.
Okay.
They're like, yep, this 6 months we're gonna be in Ocho Rios. Like 6 months from now we're gonna be in Montego Bay, and we just bounce around. Yeah, Ocho Rios is nice though.
Is it
Ocho Rios
like-
is nice?
Does it look like they do on the social media posts when you see it, when they have all like the filters and stuff on it, or is it more beautiful?
What part?
I don't know. It's just a beautiful rain. It's just beautiful waterfall.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful country, and the people are beautiful, loving, kind, like beautiful people, and you'll have an amazing experience. But I was saying, like, too, for country feel, you want to go to like Portland.
Okay.
Or St. Thomas for mangoes. St. Thomas, St. Elizabeth, like. I'm the worst. Like, people know me. Like, when I go to Jamaica, I'm the person that goes on live at the fruit market and taunts everybody. because I'm buying all the plums, all the mangoes, whatever I can see.
Yeah.
I'm buying baskets, and I'm driving down the road, and I'm like gorging. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna hit up every food shop on the corner of the road because I just gotta taste everything. I'm the person that comes back from Jamaica after a week and a half, like 15 pounds.
Oh, I would
I
too.
promise you.
I would
I was
too.
about to say, I'd be eating
Pounds.
everything. If it's anything like this,
Yeah.
I'm in.
And it is. But it'd be an amazing time.
So how long is this trip that we're talking about?
Yeah.
So, right, this I looked it up the night we were talking to the girls. I would say, because Heroes Day is always on a Monday, I would say just to get the feel, we'd probably leave Friday and come back Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, that's a short little. That's,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
what
not
I'm
bad at
saying.
all.
It's not much. And then you have time, like, because people, like, once we go live and say, this is what we're doing, people are just gonna, we gonna be there. What
Yeah.
you want us to do, we just gonna be there. And you're gonna have, like, people just coming from places to help, to shop, to contribute to, and they're gonna want to take you around and show you stuff, and, oh, you gotta come do this, you gotta come do
Yeah.
this. Because really, the event is, like, once the money is raised, like, they'll go to the market on a Saturday, and they'll do the prep work on the Sunday, and they'll cook the Monday morning and go out and serve, and then that's it. But then we get to enjoy the Friday nights, the Saturday, the Sunday.
I'm all
Get the week in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so doable. Like, and to me, this is another motto. Maybe I have 3. Everything's easy. Everything's easy. Nothing's hard, because everything, regardless of what it is, it takes steps. All it is just one step after the other, after the other, after the other. Everything is easy.
I need to develop more of your mindset.
Yeah. I love it. No,
Yeah,
really.
she
And I
really
said, I
is.
keep saying I love it, but this whole
Yeah.
episode is just like,
Yeah.
Definitely
Screw
wasn't
it,
what
like,
I was
just
expecting
roll with
coming
it.
in. Yeah.
Because think about it, a lot of people, like, would probably say, oh, raise money, go to Jamaica, feed people all across the island. Like, to me, it's cake.
yeah,
Cake.
just do it.
Yeah, just do it. It's so easy. And that's probably, like, one of my faults, because I'm always telling people, it's so easy. And, like, it's not easy. I'm like, it's so easy.
Just relax.
Yeah. Like, even with this place, like, getting this place together, people ask me, how'd you do it? It was so hard. I'm like, it's so easy. Everything is steps. If you go down there and they say you need to do this, you do it.
Yeah.
You might not want to. You might not understand why you had to. Shit, you might never even have to have done it.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me the analogy one time. It's like, whenever you do things, or if you have goals, you got to look at it as a staircase. You got to
Yeah.
take one step at a time, because as soon as you try to take 4 steps, all of a sudden it comes hard.
But
If you
you
just
can't-
take it, it becomes easy.
Right. But you can't take 4 steps at a time. It's impossible.
You can't.
And I don't like the staircase, because people look at staircases as hard. They're, oh my God, I got to walk up these stairs. Oh my God, where's the elevator?
Yeah.
It's just steps. It's steps.
More like an escalator. So you just
Yeah, because as you take the steps, you're getting higher and
Exactly.
to your goal. You're getting closer to your goal.
Oh man. So we have this cool part in our show, as we call it, our snap questions.
Oh snap!
And so they're kind of they're generally the same, but it's get to know you as a person, and kind of.
I think we have.
Yeah, I feel like we've already done that this episode. But the first question is, if you could have 3 people out to dinner, dead or alive, who would your 3 people be?
Wow.
I know it's
My
kind of springing it on you.
Okay. It's a good one.
She's the one who taught you how to cook. You said.
My grandmother.
I'm just
She might be cooking
I'm gonna
dinner.
Pause.
That's.
I'm gonna pause right there. Is she the first person that's ever said a family member?
No.
I think there's
No.
been a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
My grandmother. That's a sensitive spot for me. My grandmother, dead, and then alive. My father.
Okay. It's a family reunion at this table.
And
Family
then.
oriented.
And then. Is it dinner? You said.
Yeah. Just sitting down. having a
My
conversation.
grandkids. I haven't met my grandkids yet, and I'm
Yeah.
saying my grandkids as one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
2 people, but it's one. Yeah, because like my son, I have a grandson that's 3 years old, and I have a yeah.
I couldn't
okay,
tell.
hold on.
Yeah, you look so
I
young.
honestly thought you were 25.
Yeah,
like 25
literally.
or 26.
When you pull up on your
Goodness.
bike, by the way, she has a street bike that goes 280 miles an hour outside.
Rewind.
Hayabusa. Thank you.
Rewind. And I don't mean this at any offense at all. How
I'm
old
never
are you?
offended.
Because
Yes.
I literally thought you were 25 or 26.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be 45 next
No
Sunday.
shot.
Lying.
Next
No,
Sunday.
I want to see a birth
It's my
certificate.
birthday. It's my birthday.
I would have never
20,
guessed that.
29, 28 was my max.
No,
Yeah.
45.
Man.
45.
That's what I say. You said grandchild. I said, what?
Yeah.
Look at that Jamaican food diet, man. She looks great. I hope I look half as good
Yeah,
for 45 as
I
she
would
does.
have never guessed
Yeah.
that at all.
45. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
I want to meet them.
You know,
Sheena is just full of surprises.
Yes.
I know, right? One ball, that's surprising.
Oh, man.
I think I kind of know the answer to the next question I'm about to ask you, but we've asked this to people a lot. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
I would go to Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not for if the only reason I would go is because my dad got up and moved from Jamaica last year and said, I moved into Ethiopia. I'm like, which caught me way off guard because I was saying, Dad, come. We're in Florida. We're like, right, like I could sneak across the water. I'm like,
Nobody's ever going to
like-
know.
they will never know. I'm like, come, we're here, come. And my dad he's a Rastafarian, so he cooks like the best vegan food.
Really?
And I'm like, I just wanted to throw him in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? I was trying to bait him. And then all of a sudden he calls me, he's like, don't tell anyone, because I don't want everybody to be in my business. I'm moving to Ethiopia. I'm like, why? He's like, I just feel like that's where I need to be right now. I'm like, you don't know anybody here? He's like, I have a couple of friends. And I have a friend or a cousin that's going to come with me. Yeah, so I would go to Ethiopia to go visit my dad. And the thing is, I wanted to go, but I want to surprise him, but I can't. How you going to surprise him? You got to call him. He's like in the bushes. He sends pictures walking out mountains with big
he's in the
sticks and
bushes.
everything.
I wish I had half the courage that man had just to leave my home and go somewhere so
Yeah.
far off and
Yeah.
At
live
65.
and live.
Because Ethiopia,
Yeah.
that's in Africa?
Yeah,
That's.
that is.
Yeah.
I was trying to
what he did.
get my geography right.
So
But
that's where I'd go. Before my dad went to Ethiopia, I've always had a thing with Tahiti. And I don't
Okay.
even know why. I think when I was younger, I just saw pictures and I'm like, oh my God, that place is beautiful.
yeah. So I think this brings us to our next question. If you can give a piece of advice to two 23-year-old guys, what would you say?
Who are the 23-year-old guys? You guys are 23?
24.
24.
but
I'm 23.
When's your birthday?
February 12th.
When's
2000.
your birthday?
February 25th.
Shut up.
Bunch of Pisces up here.
Yeah,
I'm an Aquarius.
that's cool. So a bunch of 23-year-old guys. So
I was about to say, did we surprise you as much as you surprised us?
yeah, because I thought you guys were older. Like,
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking more like, because this is a mature thing to do.
Well,
We're
we
trying.
appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's to get three of you together in one accord to share a vision.
It's very rare.
You don't even understand what, like 20 years from now, you'll really be like, dude.
we
we
hope.
actually did that, and it's like, it's groundbreaking for this area. This is cool shit. Like,
appreciate
kudos you. But for you guys, you're on the path. Like, this is something you wanted to do and you just did it. You know, another thing, believe in the power of you. Okay,
Believe in the power.
believe in the power of you. Believe in your thoughts. And it's more than believe in your thoughts. It's like, know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, don't say, like, in 10 years, I want to be on the TV and I want to be, I'm going to be on TV, I want to be on there now, and this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Don't,
But still taking your steps.
still taking your steps. The thing is, if you push your wants like a far time away, right? What the hell are you gonna do in between?
Right.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Work your ass off.
Exactly. But if this is what you want and you want it now, say this is what I want.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm gonna have.
This is what
And
I
I'm gonna
want.
have it now.
And this is how I'm
What I
gonna do
want,
it.
and I want it
Yeah.
now.
Exactly. But the thing is, you have to believe that this is it. This is what you know you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you're going to be doing. And that's just it. Because, and I'll tell you this from experience, because when I was younger, 23, I swear, 23, I said some things. I'm like, well, you know, this is what I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay because I know this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm going to do this for right now because this is what I'm doing right now. Because I know that when I'm this age, this is what I want and this is going to happen. And believe me when I tell you, when I got to that age, that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what I wanted. But then when I got to that age, I'm like, why the fuck did you want to wait 17 years for this?
Yeah.
You wanted that at 23.
Should have just went for it.
So you should have just said, that should have been what you wanted. You shouldn't have put that timeline on it and wait all those years to buck shuffle around, doing all these crazy stuff, taking all these losses, right? When that's what you should have just gone for at that time.
Yeah, I was talking
So
to
go for it.
I was talking to my mom last night, and we were having a conversation about the podcast and some of my other stuff and whatever. And she was like, Nathan, you need to be a little bit better with your money. And I was like, well, yeah, you got some truth to that. But I was like, the way I look at it is, I was like, I'm willing to bet on myself.
Right.
I was like, if I'm going to
Exactly.
take my money and invest into myself, I may be dead broke. But at the same time,
It's
if
in
I'm
you.
putting it into me, I
You're
feel like
rich.
I'm bettering myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so
Exactly.
every dime that I'm making is pretty much either going into some kind of tech or something I still got to pay my bills, but, but it's pretty much going into investing in myself because,
your dream.
why would I throw money into, it's a good thing, stock market, being financially stable. That's great. Yes. But for me, instance, I want to know if I put some money into something, then I'm the one that it's on me at this point. Like
That's
if you
me
want to make
too.
money, like go do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It's in your control. We have control of our effort we put into this. We have control of who we
Right.
bring on.
Right.
Great guests like yourself. Great stories like your story.
you.
We have been so motivated from the time that we started this, and I guarantee half the people that are listening to us out there didn't even think we'd get this far.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no shot.
But that's on them.
Yes.
That's on you.
That is on
because
them.
You know what your vision is.
We have our blinders on
Right.
because we have one goal in mind.
Right.
And we have one end goal in mind with this thing. And that's to tell the coolest stories and get the coolest stories out there. But, I like your advice for two 23-year-old guys. I appreciate it that you think we're on the right track.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the fact that you told us just keep going.
Yeah. Trailblazer.
if you want to do it, just do
do
it.
Do it. Yeah. Just do it.
It's not hard.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Everything is steps. And you only complicate it when you try to go around the steps, when you try to skip the steps. That's what makes it hard. But that's on you because you're skipping steps. Everything's a process.
Everything's a process.
I've learned so much from
Me
this
too.
episode.
This is not what I was expecting. Like, Ms. Shena, I'm sorry. When I was coming in here today, I was expecting, we're going to get a cool interview from somebody who just, opened up a cool bar. I had no idea the hustle, the grind that you have been through in your life and all the different things you've done. I have so much respect for you now. Your food here is
Fantastic.
so amazing.
Thank you.
I'm coming back for those jerk wings, like probably tomorrow, just because that jerk
That's
sauce was
fine.
so good.
You're not getting any off my plate.
You're so good in everything you do. And I just want to thank you so
I
much
try to be.
for being a guest on our show because you've
I'm
truly
honored.
inspired me tonight, to chase after my dreams. And you said it, be a trailblazer.
Yeah.
And you've done it, and you look back at things and you're pretty happy. You have a freaking bar.
And really, like, this is like the tip
Yeah.
of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Because my brain just has so many other things that I'm like, okay, so now I need to figure out, I need to get somebody in here to run this place because I got other stuff to go do.
See,
Yeah.
the mind's always moving with
Yeah,
her.
have to.
Got to go chest the bread.
Yeah, it's not even chasing the bread because like people look at that, and that's another thing too. don't think it's chasing the bread. There's a difference, and I think people get it confused. It's like, I don't chase money, I want success.
Yes.
So if money comes with that, that's cool, but I want success. I want to be able to say, like when I'm 65, that I was able to buy my daughter her first car, to buy my son his first car. I'm still talking about this little barefoot Jamaican girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That came to this country and just was successful at something.
Hats off.
I was about to say.
Such a tremendous underdog story, such a tremendous overcoming everything. Sheena, I'm so glad to call you a friend, and that you have
Thank
my
you.
utmost respect, and this
Thank you.
establishment does too.
Thank you.
Guys, if y'all want to check Sheena out, do y'all have a Facebook page or anything?
The Spot Jamaican Restaurant and Lounge, Lake Wales.
And so check them out. They'll
Sure.
post videos and pictures and stuff of the bar. And then y'all are about to have a concert next week, right?
We're
Or
about
it'll be
to.
tomorrow because we're airing this episode Monday. But yeah, so if y'all are interested, check them out on Facebook.
Yes.
We will be friending them on Facebook and talking to
Yeah.
them and everything.
You better.
We'll have clips too from this episode.
Yeah, so you can put on your Facebook page too of all the
Little
clips and
collab.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to, if you're afraid to come in, because a lot of people, even you guys before you came in, a lot of people drive by and say, oh my God, we drive by this place all the time. It's so cool. It's so different. Like, it's like people have this, it's like, at least just stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try it.
Just
try it.
stop.
Yeah, it's
Just-
worth it.
Walk
So
in
worth
and you
it.
will enjoy it. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at least like come in and see what's going on. People have the misconception of what they think it is.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy because if you haven't been, you don't know.
All right.
And read the Google reviews, and you'll say, you know what? Okay, maybe I'm gonna go try it.
The nicest people
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to be.
Well, Miss Sheena, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Thank you for coming. I was looking forward to it ever since you suggested it. I was like, what's taking him so long? I'm like, this build up to the podcast is crazy, but I enjoyed it.
Well, thank
And
you.
you guys can come back anytime. If you guys want to have this be the interview place, let's do it.
We're all
We'll
for
take
it.
you up on it sometime.
We're all for it. But yeah, guys, so y'all tune in next week and we'll see you later.
Peace, guys.
Bye.